But the main focus of this training is going to be WordPress, and I will explain to you what is WordPress. It's different from coding entirely. WordPress is making our work easier, and it's not everybody that needs to know how to code before they can use WordPress to open website. It will make it very easy, and it's very flexible to use. But don't let me go into all that now, since we will still be talking on all that. We still talk on all that, and I will explain very well. Okay, let me show my face now. All right, let me stop this presentation. Okay, you may still not see my face very well, exactly because I had to make some adjustment today. Okay, I hope everyone can see me. All right, don't mind my fake background. I wasn't planning on being here today. I was supposed to be in another state, Oshogbo. I was supposed to be in Osun State, but something happened, changing plans, and I don't want to cancel the class, so I had to use every location I have to make sure the class is holding. Please, can someone just unmute to make sure that you can hear me loud and clear? Can you hear me? All right, thank you. Thank you very much, sir. All right. All right, thank you, sir. All right. So today, like we all know, we are learning web development, web designing, and I will be starting. Okay, my name is Ayodeji Ojediran. I will be starting that way. My name is Ayodeji Ojediran. I'm from Oyo State, Ibadan to be precise, and I went to a maritime school, and should I say it's Nigeria that brought us here or something like that. So some of my colleagues are here too. I think I can see one in particular here right now. So okay, I can see another one. All right, so we plenty here like that, dog. So we don't try to be on board, to go on board and all that. So since we didn't get the opportunity, everybody started looking for another means, another way to make funds and plan for a better future and all that. So I went to a maritime school, and after maritime, I've tried a lot of things. I don't do security. I don't do waiting again. I don't do chef, assistant chef. I don't do waiter. I don't do waiter. I've done a lot of things like that. And before God actually helped me, and I got inspired to learn web designing. And I started with coding. And I think that's why I'm having my friend here today, Brock Benga. His name is Benga. So I'm having him here today. He's one of the first people I met when I want to start learning coding. When I want to start learning to code, when I wanted to start, then I was so confused on how to start because I needed money. So I was so confused on how to start. So I actually met him, and it was a very great experience because he actually made my work easy. It's very good when you want to start something like this to have a mentor, someone that will encourage you, someone that will show you the way. And Mr. Samuel Shegun, please can you mute your mic? I'm getting some noise there. All right. So as I was saying, so it's very good to have a mentor when you want to start something like this because you can always have someone to run to and all that. I remember while we are having the training, I'm going to open our eyes to some things I started, and it's very important for me to share that story because my starting was kind of rough. I went to a place that I used 2 weeks there, hoping to learn something that will change my life and all that, but I learned so little. But I took that little home, and that's what I developed, and that's when I started learning coding. When I went, they were teaching me a lot of stuff, and I don't really understand a lot of things, and I don't even get it. I don't know how. Everyone in the class was complaining though, and we were like 40 in the class, and at the end of the day they said the person, one thing I got from the class is that anytime the person teaching us to how to build a website, anytime the person comes to class, it doesn't come often like that. Anytime he comes, he may use like 1 hour to teach us, but from the 1 hour he's going to share his story for like 45 minutes. So his story that actually inspired me that okay, if you can make it doing this thing, I can make it. I can actually try my best and all that. So he's told all his story, and those story inspire us. And I'm one of the people that actually do something with all those things. I know there are other people. I have another colleague here that we went to that training together. He's here, should be here, and he asked me one time, a particular time like that, is it the same training we went to? Because I left there after 1 month. I already have my own website, and it's not anything that he taught us that I used to build our website. I actually used coding, and he didn't teach us anything about coding at all. He was teaching us how to draw. Let me just leave that. So I after that I came home. After that 2 weeks, I came home and I started learning, and that's when I thank God for the likes of Rob that he showed me some things, how to go about the coding, and I code my own first website. I use HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and thank God for the internet. There was a lot of copy and paste, adjusting code, editing codes and all that, and I was able to, because I was so I got tired of writing CV, and I was like, okay, if I want to do this work and start getting clients, what will I show them as proof that I know this work? So I needed to build my own website, a website that will represent me, to show that okay, I built this is me, that's my CV. And it actually helped me. I spent the whole October in the house trying to do that, and I know a colleague of mine is here that we stay in the same house that can testify to that. He works in bank then, and he will go to work in the morning and come back and he will meet me in the same position, trying to I'm still working, still coding, still trying to make the website work. I deleted the website like 2 times before I got it right. So now let me show part of. So I think I've showed my face enough now. You have seen me. Maybe tomorrow you'll see me better, in a better lighting and all that. So let me add my face now so that I can talk. I'm kind of shy. All right. So today we'll be doing more of introduction of web designing. We do almost everything. I will go through almost everything that guide that I sent to the group. I will go through almost everything. Okay. One of the reasons why I called him here is that all these terms, all these words, all these abbreviations, all these things that we are saying, they are very important to land your first client. That's just the reason. See, I don't know about people that just come to this meeting, to this training, to just learn for their own use alone. That's okay, that's fine. But if you are open to use it to get clients, open to use it to make money and all that, this term you need to know them. The first day I got the first time I sent BC out, like, okay, this is what I'm doing now. I have confidence, I can do this and I can do this. And I got my first client. When the client said, okay, what do you do exactly? I explained to the client, okay, I can build a website, I can do this, I can. Okay, the client, I said, okay, can we meet? Because the client wants to be sure the person she's going to give her money to this person. Okay, can we meet tomorrow at my place? Okay, so I was like, okay, no problem, I will meet you there. I couldn't sleep overnight. I was watching YouTube, learning them, because like he said he's a self-taught developer. I told you my story from the start, where I went for 2 weeks to learn web design and all that. I went for web design and digital marketing. I didn't even get a chance to learn digital marketing, so I later started learning on my own. But the web design part, main thing I got from there is it was a place that we pray a lot, and I like that I prayed and God answered my prayer. And again, it was a place that the tutor, the person teaching us, the person taking the class, shared his story, shared how he started, and that's one of the things that encouraged me. And again, one thing I understand very well before I left there was domain and hosting. He gave us link to get domain, get what we need to. That alone actually helped me. And if you check the guide I sent to the group chat now, you will see that I actually wrote more details on domain and hosting. Now, this person did not tell us anything about WordPress or anything, but I got to know how important domain and hosting is when I needed to use WordPress. Now, if you are coding from scratch, you can code your website offline. You don't need to be there are a lot of applications that can help you do that. I think I have one here. Visual Studio Code is Broadband that I even introduced it to me then. That was what I used to build my first website. VSC, Visual Studio Code. So that is now if you are using that, you don't need to be online. You don't need to have a hosting or a domain to put your website on. You can actually code it and be viewing what you are coding. Like when you code a little bit, you will view it if it's showing all properly the way it should show and all that. So you can code a website from scratch to the end without having a domain or a hosting. But you can't have a CMS website, which we are using here, a CMS without having a domain and hosting. It's very important. You need it. You need to get it first. You need to get it first. And I will show us by tomorrow. I will show us how we are going to get the cheapest hosting and domain here in Nigeria. That you will need to use a dollar card. You will need to use anything. You will get here in Nigeria. I use it for most of my clients, and it's very easy. I think you won't be spending up to, let me see, to get a hosting of 1 month, and I'm not sure if you get 1 month though. So maybe 3 months. Yeah, you get 3 months. 3 months. And a domain name, you will not be spending up to 4K. You will not be spending, and I'm not the one collecting the money. So you will I will give you the website where you go and get, because if you want to practice, if you want real practical, you need to start. You need to get one. You need to get your domain and hosting. There are other means of getting free domain, free hosting, but I started with that, right? But I won't be going into that because that is not. Let me see, it's not really advisable for WordPress, because that alone, your hosting is very important, because your hosting can actually add to your website being slow. You mentioned something about when you open some websites, they take minutes to load, and that is not good. It will even affect your SEO. It will even affect Google putting your websites at the top of search and all that. It will affect you getting clients, because when people don't have patience, when they open Jumia now, Jumia open immediately. They open Konga and they open immediately. And you have a website that they open and you will have to wait. When it's not MTN or Glo that is having problem, that is your website that is having problem. So all those things you have to put in consideration. So if I give you a way of getting a free hosting now, you are going to have a very slow website, and it's going to affect a lot. So with 2,000 or 3,000 that you use to just secure a domain that you use to practice is very important. Just plan on doing that. It's not. I will do my best to record when we start practical. I will do my best to record every session to make sure that people can actually come. People can actually go back to each training and start practicing themselves. And I will make myself available that you can send me a message anytime. When you send me a message, I'll be able to put you through some things. And if what you're asking me to teach you is something I know that everybody will need, I will create a video on it and I will upload it to my YouTube and ask you to go and watch it there. So that's that. So it's very important to know all these terms. It's very important. Okay, for example, now there was a day that bro Benga, very sure he doesn't know this. One day he asked me, he was like, which CMS did you use to build this website? I built a website for a client then, and he was asking that, which CMS did you use? As at then, I don't know what CMS, and I've been using WordPress, right? So all these things can actually affect you when you meet some clients, some over-savvy clients, I met one client like that over sabi client, and I always thank God that wasn't the first client I had in my life. If it was the first client I had, I would have given up on web design. I would be like, oh, this thing's not for me, it's too complex and all that. But the first client I had made everything easy for me. I just explained to her. I spent midnights learning about a lot of things that she may ask of, and I got there. I spoke with confidence that I can do this, I can do this, I can do that, I can do that, and that actually works. And she gave me the job, and she sent me my first deposit. I was so excited. Wow, what is Shelley? I use our website to learn a lot of things. I think I bought like 3 domains without money. I was doing a lot of practical, checking domains, doing research without money. So, and thank God I was able to charge out to collect SS. So God help me with that. so it is very important to know all these things. So knowing them will actually help in getting clients. So when I talk about these over sabi clients, thank God I already build 1 or 2 websites. I know a lot already. So when this website, it was like he used to be a cybersecurity person before he left the job and all that. So he always try to gather. He knows a lot of things. So thank God, a lot of time that he tried to counter me. I will show you his website. I'm still the one maintaining his website now, because I could defend myself. I could tell him this is what is going on, this is what is right, this is how it's supposed to be. Because some clients will actually suggest things to you, and you tell them, if you don't want to waste money, this is the best thing. Though I can do it that way that you ask me to do it for you, but it will cost you more. You know, that kind of thing. So when you know your ground, when you know what you are doing, you will be able to speak with confidence, and that confidence is what clients want to see. That confidence is what clients want to see. A client, I built a Shopify website for a client in December. She actually asked me that, okay, she's having a problem with her Shopify website and she wants me to just adjust something there. I didn't know it was a test, so I did that for her quickly, and she was like, this thing is not showing it. I was like, calm down, I know what I'm doing, it's going to show. At that time I was still sweating with my system. There was a lot of things going on because I don't use Shopify before. All this stuff have different interface, but when you know one, I always thank God I started with learning coding. Coding actually helped me to be better using WordPress and all that. So it's one thing you can actually start with do, but without coding you can actually do great with WordPress too. Without coding, what I know in coding is not up to 10%. I'm not sure it's even up to 5%. But the little idea I had then, it helped me to actually make some adjustment using WordPress and all that. But thank God